My name is Tiffany Warner, and I am here to talk to you today about why I think divorce should no longer be judged or considered a sin from our congregation and our church. So I want to start off with a verse from Matthew 19:6. And I do apologize, I have cue cards because these verses can be very long. I also have some statistics, and I want to get them 100% accurate for my audience because I believe it is a big part in this speech. So starting off with Matthew 19:6, they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. So in Matthew 19:6, God joins two people together in marriage. They become one relationship, unity, and a family. Whether they have children or not, they are one. Now, when I was researching this topic, I found some great statistics on marriages, and they were surprisingly shocking. So in Western cultures, more than 90% of people marry by the age of 50. But out of all the marriages in the United States, 40 to 50% of married couples get divorced. Now, I also found some other statistics from a family law attorney, Wilkinson's and Finkbeiner. And I think they're very important to consider when considering divorce. So as of 2016, both marriage rates and divorce rates in the US are decreasing. Less people are getting married and less people are getting divorced. So less people are getting married out of the wrong reasons, which is great. No one should be getting married just because. And divorce rates are decreasing. So people are working through their problems and working through their relationship. Now, the divorce rate per 1,000 married women is nearly double that of 1960. So double of when our great-grandparents and grandparents were getting married. The divorce rate is double, but down from the all-time high of 22.6 in the early 1980s. So that's like our grandparents or our parents, depending on what age they are and when they got married, it is down from that all-time high, which is a great statistic. We're working on our marriages and we're trying to keep our marriage as one. Now, there was a recent national survey of people who were divorced and the reasons they got divorced. And I have the percentages with me today to talk to you about. So why people are divorcing in the US and the percentage: 73% lack of commitment. 56% argue too much. 55% infidelity. That means 55% of these people said they got divorced because one person in the relationship cheated. Honestly, I think that's ridiculous. No one in a relationship should have to go through that. 46% married too young. That is very common in our society today. Multiple people I graduated with had kids and got married, or they got married and had kids right away. They rushed into it right after high school and wanted to get married, which is great if you love that person and you know they are the one. 41% lack of preparation for marriage. This could be lack of knowing the person or lack of couples counseling before marriage. Now, this statistic is huge. 25% abuse. And I'm not talking about like emotional abuse. I'm talking about physical abuse. Now, in Hebrews 13:4, marriage should be honored by all, and the marriage bed kept pure, for God will judge the adulterer and the sexually immoral. So as we talked about from that survey, 55% of marriages end in divorce because of infidelity. Now, this is a valid reason for divorce from the Bible. God is saying that a marriage must be kept pure, but can end from adultery and the sexual immoral. And in Matthew 19:8, Jesus replied, Moses permitted you to divorce your wives because your hearts were hard, but it was not that way from the beginning. I tell you that anyone who divorces his wife except for sexual immorality and marries another woman commits adultery. So in Matthew 19:8, Jesus is saying times have changed from the beginning. All divorces were considered immoral except for adultery. And now Moses is permitting divorce because of a hard heart. It wasn't that way in the beginning. All relationships usually start on a great note, but people do grow apart. And I believe that is a valid reason for people to get divorced. So as I was saying, there are many reasons to get divorced, and there are also ways to fix divorce. But I believe from these passages from the Bible, there are valid reasons to get divorced, such as adultery and abuse, and mainly growing apart, which is very common in our society today. And I don't think it should be considered immoral through our church and our congregation. And I think we should stop judging people on divorce. So let's act as a society and accept people for who they are and their challenges. Thank you.